Okay.
Good morning, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR Solutions. The sports program is Tuesday this morning. Fortunately enough, the electricity has been restored. We hope it's not gonna go again. We hope we are just going to have it for much longer. I'm joined by Thabiso. I know you guys. I told you about Thabiso. He's the young man, very energetic, brilliant ideas, good news that he's sharing. He's taking care of our Facebook page, and then he's doing a great job. So I thought I need to bring him in so that he can give you the news. Thabiki, welcome to the show. Kindly greet the viewers.
Thank you very much, that is Saubrey. Good morning again to the viewers. I'm glad I'm here at the moment. Coming in to talk about the World Cup that has just happened. Yeah, I'm excited to be here today. And thank you very much for the
Thabiki,
invitation.
you've got
Yeah.
so much news. Can you give us the news locally? Breaking news,
Okay.
what's happening? All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. On the while we start on the what you call on the local news, there hasn't been really much what you call movement in the what you call in the local. Just yesterday we had the Chiefs busy trying to, I mean, not really trying to, have given a Mozambican international by the name of Neymar. Yeah, yeah, and Neymar a chance to come and trial, and then nothing much. And then again, Swallows with Middlesbrough have started their relationship also again, you know. Um, on the local, I mean, what you call, not the local. I wanna leave the
International?
local actually, but
Mm-hmm.
then there hasn't been any much. Yeah, international. We know that obviously there has been a lot of movement. I haven't able to capture it, but then in terms of the World Cup, I think that's where the main focus was actually. So when it comes to goals to the English Premiership, Spanish, obviously some teams will be wanting to obviously what you call get some few players to boost their teams actually, because many of the players obviously will come back from the World Cup tired. Some of them maybe will come with injuries too. So the team still
Mm-hmm.
needs to assess their own players before they can go and look for
Mm-hmm.
players actually. But I'm sure by now they already have their targets. So yeah, especially for us now, they are chasing this young boy
Yeah, Tabiki.
from I think he's
Um,
Ukraine, I think if I'm not mistaken. Been doing very well. So yeah, I'll give you the heads up, you see. And then when it
Ta-
comes to yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
I see that I'm
yes.
struggling. I'm struggling to hear
Yeah.
you. It keeps on breaking. I think we need to work
Okay.
on that and make sure that your sound comes much better.
Comes.
Maybe you need
Okay.
a better space, a better position. We'll talk
Okay.
after the show,
Okay.
then plan and see how can we do it.
Which,
Look,
okay, no problem. You on that one. I
yeah,
can
I
see
want
also
us,
my network strength is
yeah,
okay. Because I can see also my network strength is not strong enough where I am
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
issue ya Neymar. Ronaldo tseba Neymar o one wa Brazil. So this other
Yeah.
Neymar, I don't know. Well, we know one Neymar. I hope he's
Yeah.
gonna be a very good Neymar. Re tla bona teng.
Yeah.
Modiso Walefatshe is a cozy. Maybe you tell us what you think about the new Neymar. Yeah,
All,
so
all,
remember,
yeah, all that I can tell you now that he didn't make it in Sporting Lisbon and Victoria FC,
mm,
So he was there. So that means he might be a good player, but even if he doesn't make it in the European leagues, it does not mean he's not a good player. So we just have to see what other and his technical team think about him actually.
And remember, we have a
Yeah.
big one: Kaiser Chiefs and Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns on the 30th.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we look
And
at
yeah,
that comes to weekend. So
yeah, yeah.
today we want to talk the World Cup. Man,
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
exhilarating. So we saw so many things that were happening. I don't know what you want to say about the World Cup. This is the best ever World Cup
Surely, surely.
I've ever seen. Let me tell you,
Yes.
when did I start watching the World Cup? Maybe you'll understand. I
Yeah.
started in 1986 when
Hmm.
Maradona won that World Cup. I saw that
Yeah.
World Cup, all right? It was
Hmm.
one of the exciting World Cup, even that one. And then throughout the years, I've been watching World Cup. Others, they were boring and so on and so on. This was the best. From the first whistle up to the penalties. All right.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm sure you enjoyed. Everybody enjoyed. I want us to talk about that one. How did you see
Yeah.
this World Cup? So, and then let's take it from there. Let me hear from you. What's
Oh.
your take?
From me actually, I want to be honest. I think this was actually a Messi World Cup, and we didn't know whether he was going to take it or not until the very last kick of the game, of which I don't remember the boy's name who scored the penalty. But I think he's quite young. I think he's the 21. He's 20. He's a 20. Yeah, 20. He's 25 actually.
Mm,
So every game was very nice,
mm,
from the Qatar and Ecuador game until the Argentina France game. I mean, yeah, we saw some good football. I heard also some of our show floor saying they don't want to return to PSL. I didn't even want to have a comment about that, because we also have talent here. They should not like look down on our own talent. You know, what I think South Africa lacks in terms of of like showing off what they have in the country, I think it's just they just need to be more organized, take
mm,
our football seriously. Yeah. So, but then the World Cup itself, whew, what a World Cup we witnessed. You know,
mm,
what a World Cup. And especially the World Cup where we thought maybe the game was over by the first half, especially when the France coach took out what you call Dembele and what you and Giroud. Then we thought, no, this game is over. Especially when Giroud was busy throwing bottles on the floor while he was on the bench. You can see
mm,
that
mm,
France also wanted to take the game. I think maybe they had a talk about, they had a talk in the dressing room about everything
mm,
they need to do, yeah, in the second half, and then they didn't have a shot at goal until the 70th minute or 71st minute, you
mm.
know. And then they started coming in playing. He was busy making substitute, adjusting his team, the France coach, and then Mbappe scored. Now everything changed.
In fact,
Everything changed.
your sound has improved dramatically, which is quite good
Yeah.
because people will hear the news.
Okay.
Look, when I
Yeah.
watch that World Cup, right,
Yeah.
a lot of things can be discussed. Firstly, I
Yeah.
was impressed with Scaloni, the coach. This World Cup was
Yes.
very
Yes. Yes.
exciting. We saw so many new developments. Scaloni, the coach of Morocco, which are locals in their countries, Scaloni, locals as a
Yeah.
coach and local with technical staff. But this is what, I
As an
was
Argentinian.
thinking, what I was worried about, how are they going to
Yeah.
counter the speed of Dembele and Mbappe? Now look what Scaloni did.
I
That's
think.
where I saw that some people are tacticians. This is what he did.
Yeah.
He put Di Maria and Molina on the right
Yes.
hand side. That was
Yeah.
a masterclass because Di Maria is
Wow.
quick. You know what he was trying to counter? When Dembele tries to run to go. He was going to leave space. And he was going to face Molina. And Di Maria was going to exploit that space. That worked.
Space, yeah.
That worked because
it worked perfectly. Perfectly.
Yeah, that worked because that threat kept France at bay. If you could look, France, they were worried about defending, not worried about marking. Not only that, I must say, Mbappe played very well. Both Messi and Mbappe played very well.
Especially in the second half. Mbappe came to the party.
Yeah, but for people to say Messi was not deserving it, they're having it wrong.
Nah.
If you look at that game, Mbappe played very well. If Messi wasn't there, Mbappe was going to be the man of the match. Mbappe was not alive for better part of the first half because of that tactic. All right? The only thing that made Mbappe to be alive are those goals. Now look at, if you compare the two, Mbappe and Messi. Mbappe's squad, they have stars, real stars.
Yeah.
Argentina, not real stars. The majority of them youngsters, not experienced. Do you understand?
Yes,
but Messi had to carry that team. All right? You know, I look at that game, knowing Messi, you know, in most of the time he doesn't run. This time he was running. You know, when they were going to extra time, I was worried that Messi's finished. All right? He's tired.
Yeah.
But I could see what was pushing him. What was pushing him was the spirit and the determination to win. These are some of the lessons that people should learn in real life. That, you know, the desire. You could see, I've never seen Messi playing such a game. You know, I saw when he played PSG and so on, I think he was saving himself for this one. He was really tired, but he was prepared to die with his boots on. All right. So that's the thing that I want to bring to your attention. I want you to talk as far as that. That's what I saw, but I'm still gonna give you more about my analysis of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you quite well. Let's see whether I can see you. I can see you and hear you, but now the sound has improved. If the sound is a problem, then hide your face again.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it now?
Now I can hear you very well. But let me see your face. That would be good. And see whether I can hear you. No. When I hear when I try to see your face, then it started to break. So maybe you need to put off your face. Let's listen to you.
Let me try and get it better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I want your analysis as far as that is concerned. What I've just given you now.
Yeah, actually, your points are very good, especially when you talk about the Argentinian technical team. You know, all Argentinian, you know, former players, all of them. You know, and then when we focus on the game too, like, you know, the tactics were very good, were very spot on to make France to actually worry about Argentina more than they can worry about attacking. Especially when you look at France, they never even had a, you know, shortest goal until the 70th minute. I think that's where Argentina, you know, let off their guard actually, and then they gave France a chance to wake up, and they really brought the game to life. You know, especially Mbappe. You know, he made sure that when he gets a chance, he put it in the net. You know, but then Argentina also came to the party by responding in style also. You know, Messi saying, no, we're not gonna let this game go away. You know, especially after his last game. I mean, if you look at his last goal, how they came up with it. You know, so France defense also was actually with the, I think it was the second goal where no. I think Messi scored the first goal and the third goal, right? Ne? If please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. You can see by the second goal where the Argentina scored with a counter, you know, that France were actually trying to come back to the game, and then Argentina was also kicking back, you know. And then when we went to the what you call the somebody's disturbing here, but
No, that's
let's
fine.
continue.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, you know.
we cannot disqualify or underestimate the role that has been played by the French coach. The French coach has
Yes, yes,
shown that
yes,
he's
yes.
got a lot of experience. You know, the 70
Yeah,
minute, why France came back strongly, his substitution was
yeah,
spot on. Those
yeah,
substitutions that he
yeah,
made, they gave Argentina some hard times. And I was a little bit worried that now this guy has substituted, has bring new legs. Having brought new legs, I see Scaloni was not bringing any new legs. I could see that the Argentina, I don't know why I always want to confuse them with Barcelona. Argentina was struggling, all right? And then I thought
yeah,
Scaloni will substitute, but I realized he hanged on. But I can tell you, France technical team got in there. So that is why. So credit to the coach. France played well.
yeah.
Again, we need to
France
take
gave us
that.
Fr- France really gave us a good game actually.
Yeah, we
You
need
know,
to also acknowledge the fact that not it's a rare for a player to score hat trick. So Mbappe need to be
in a
credited.
final.
Mbappe need to
Yes,
be
yes.
credited. Yeah,
True, true that.
along the same in the same breath, let me welcome Lasbon. Lasbon, welcome to the show. We are looking at the final. We've already moved on because I see that we are struggling with the connections. So we're talking, analyzing the final game. So what's your take? How did you see the game?
Yes, first things first, good morning to you too, Mr. Shabalala, and to you too, Thabiki.
Yebo,
Yeah,
yebo.
and to the viewers out there. Yes, first 60 minutes of the game, we could say that Argentina had the game. We thought that the final is wrapped up, with that 2-0 advantage. But once Mbappe got that penalty, the game just changed in the last 20 minutes of the game, and then it was all attack for France, and they've managed to come back. I think it was a lack of concentration from Argentina. They laid back too much, which they weren't too aggressive in the last 20 minutes of the match, But
Mm-hmm.
France showed their hunger, as you're saying that the substitution worked. Well, I doubted the substitutions at first when Giroud and Dembele came out. I thought that the coach took them out very early, but I guess the substitutions came to the party as well. They actually lift up the tempo of the game, which was actually a good thing, And Mbappe started becoming alive. Mbappe, for the first 60 minutes, he was dead. He was not in the game, but he managed to come back in the last 20 minutes of the game. So credit to France and the coach. But a very interesting final, I could say. A game of two halves. So this was one of the best finals ever we've ever witnessed.
Don't you think that the fact that Argentina, they were leading 2-0 against Netherlands, and then they were caught. That played a role when Mbappe scored the first one. So they started worrying, and unfortunately, they equalized. And while I'm still there, I want to share this. This guy, Di Maria, not my favorite player as much, but I don't know whether you have noticed that Di Maria has scored in 3 straight finals for Argentina. 3.
Mm.
Do you understand? So I get this from ESPN tweet. Good shot, good work for ESPN. So this is what Di Maria did. I don't know. Do you want to say something about Di Maria, Thabiki?
You are actually on point. You are actually on point with Di Maria, and then he was from my side. I thought maybe he was not gonna even make it to the final team, to play the final because he had an injury, and then in the semi-final, I'm not sure whether he played or not. I'm not sure, but I know that in the final he was not even supposed to make it because he had an injury. He won everything Messi won at international level. He won the Olympic gold medals since they were young with Messi. they went on to lose those other finals, especially the German one, I think it was the 2016 or 2015 final with what you call with Brazil, you know. So now they came back. They came back, and then with that experience, they end, you know, by losing the finals. Last year they won the Copa, and then they won. Now they're coming back also, and then they also won what you call, the World Cup right now.
Okay.
So yeah, so him and Messi, I think they've been the core of the team actually. So Di Maria is also a good player. He's one of the best players in the Argentinians right now. If I might just sum it up actually.
Last born, I don't know whether you want to say something.
Yeah.
I saw Kun Aguero. He was there, very nervous. He didn't even watch the penalties. He just heard that they scored. He went crazy. He went wild. I don't know whether you noticed that.
Yes. Just to add before I jump on the Aguero part, Di Maria, Mr. Shabalala has played a huge role for this country. He's a man for the final. Um, if you actually watch that final, his influence in that game was too much. A lot of people were saying that he got substituted too early because he was causing too much damage in that left wing position, which he played very well in. This guy is really the man for the final. He will give you something in the final. He's very professional, and it's more of like him and Messi are partners. How he understands Messi when he's playing. It's actually incredible. But yeah,
Understanding him is something else because I saw him at PSG. Sometimes I have problems with this guy. He's making a lot of mistakes. He cannot understand Messi's running. Alvarez, the youngster, the one who understands Messi very well. I hope
yeah,
PSG players, Mbappe especially, they were watching how Alvarez did. Alvarez, I think it's Mascherano. No, it's Mascherano who said it was like he said.
Montiel.
It was like he said, Messi, don't run, I'll run for you. If you want Messi to play, run for him. Now, this thing of competing with Messi to run and all that, and then you don't use him. You don't use him optimally. Well, I'm disappointed. I don't know. Neymar sent a tweet to congratulate Messi, and then I never saw whether he sent Mbappe a tweet. So that makes the relationship to strain further. But that's what he did. But remember, Neymar said it long time, and I was a little bit worried the Brazilians are going to be angry with him to say he wished Messi to win the cup. He has done a lot for football. Now, to top up that this World Cup was good, look at the awards of the tournament. And this one, I caught it from Far Post, South African media. And then the young player of the tournament, Enzo Fernandez. Golden Glove, Emiliano Martinez. Guys, I want us to talk about Emiliano Martinez. The role that he played in this. And then Golden Boot, Kylian Mbappe. Golden Ball, I don't know whether you are aware, Messi is the only player on the planet to this stage who has taken 2 Golden Ball. He could have even taken Golden Boot. You see, had he scored equal with Mbappe, he could have, but Messi, he always contributes. And then I want us to talk about Emiliano Martinez. Come back, Thabiki. What did you see? Remember this guy, he's the one who helped them, I think, against the Netherlands by taking 2 penalties.
Yeah.
And even in this final, he was there. Emiliano. Remember what he said at some point? He said, I want to do it for Messi. This is the difference. How the Argentinian players view Messi. All of them, they were saying, we are doing it for Messi. At PSG, they compete with him instead of doing it for him. Because as far as I'm concerned, they should allow Messi to play. And then they'll get glory. If Mbappe wants Champions League, allow Messi to play. When Messi leaves, you'll be the king. Do you understand? But if you continue to compete with Messi, it's going to be a problem. I also have a problem with Neymar. Sometimes he doesn't even pass Messi. Sometimes he wants to take penalties. Even Messi hasn't scored, seeing that Messi is struggling with penalties. But you know what? I like about Messi's attitude? It doesn't change. It's always nice. You know, it's always good. But we know his best friends is Suarez and Aguero. Those are his best friends. Well, the Argentinian, they love them. They love them. Now, who wants to talk about Emiliano Martinez?
I only want to say something about him. What a funny character, you know. I think he's also got good leadership skills. Just in case Messi maybe is not around, maybe he's injured on international, I think they should give the belt to Martinez because he's very organized. He plays for the team. He plays for Argentina, you know. So yeah, for me, he's one of the leaders in the team actually. You know, especially after he saved. I don't know who tried to score at the end, and then he made a save where we thought no, the game is
That
finished.
one
Actually,
won the
I
World
think it
Cup.
was yeah,
That one
that
won
one
the World Cup.
that one won the World Cup. Yeah,
That save
most
won the World
definitely.
Cup.
Yeah,
You know what? Man of the
yeah,
match could have been Mbappe, could have been Martinez himself. Do you understand?
yes, yes,
And
yeah,
you know, Tshepang, I want you to comment about this picture. Is it a true reflection? 3 Argentinian players and 1 French player, Kylian Mbappe.
French player.
It could have been three Argentinian players as well with the golden boot. You know, it was just unfortunate that Mbappe managed to snatch the golden boot alone. You know, Messi would have been the joint top goal scorer, you know, of the golden boot. But you know, Martinez, as we're discussing that save changed the whole game. You know, that's a World Cup winning save. You know, this man 4 years ago was playing in a fourth tier league. 4 years ago, he was playing in a fourth tier league. So that's a none who could say, you know, 4 years ago, watching the World Cup in the stands. But look at him now. Look at him now. He has lifted the World Cup. So it's really amazing how the universe works. But that man, for me, besides Messi, has really saved Argentina from the Copa America. He had made sure they lift up the trophy. Even now in the World Cup finals, he has made sure that they lift up the trophy. So we should really give credit where it's due to Emilio Martinez.
Let me tell you something. I think teams are learning from Barcelona to PSG. If you look at this Argentina, it's a team that was built for Messi. And I can tell you it's a team that probably Messi had to say who should be there, who should not be there. If you look at it very closely.
Even the starting lineup, I think
Yeah,
he had a say too.
I think so. You know what? At some point, he said, his father once said, remember Messi was quick. His father once said, he said, when he grow up, when he getting older, he's gonna go deep. He's gonna be an assistant, a midfielder, and that's what is happening. Then his father went on to say, watch the space. If I remember quite well, if my memory serves me well, this guy may be a coach. His understanding of football is immense. I know he has said he wants to be in the technical side of things in recruiting. All right? And then look at this. In history, it has never happened. The only man who won what you call the 2 golden boot. So I want to hear what you guys are saying. If there's any other thing that you would like to add as far as the World Cup is concerned.
Yeah, okay. On my side, I'd like to add, I think it's something that we actually forgot that Argentina lost the first match against Saudi Arabia, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
And then this was the first final where both teams or both finalists have lost their games in the group stage. But in the front side, they lost to by a sole goal to Tunisia. But then they had already qualified for the group stage. So for Argentina to lose the first game and go on to win all their games, it was actually like a movie. Like you were dreaming, like, okay, I lost the first game and then I'm going on to winning into winning even the last game. So And then with Argentinian coach Lionel Scaloni also, he he also broke the record of being the youngest coach to win the World Cup at 44 years too. So yeah, only what you call yeah. I think I'm done now with this part. Yeah.
Tshepang,
Yeah.
you want to say something? Because I'm going to move on to the Messi special. Anything that you'd like to say about the World Cup or the Cup itself, the tournament? The tournament was brilliant. Well done, Qatar. It went smoothly. And the way they organized, they brought everybody. It was very, very exciting to see Elon Musk gracing the ground, and then he brought all the soccer greats. The old soccer greats were brought in to come in there, and then as part of to give them what you call credit for what they've done. So for me, you know what, Qatar, they've done well. I don't know whether, guys, you see what I see. Qatar is moving. The Middle East is moving. They are leading. They are moving towards dominating the world. How many teams now that they are owning in England? All right, not only in England, they're also there, America now. All right, with one resource, which is oil. All right, South Africa has all the resources, including the oil. Those guys with one resource, look what they're doing. They're dominating. So I want you to watch the space, because as much as we are doing sports, what are we learning? The other thing that you need to learn out of this, Messi is something else. It shows, it proves again that if he failed, how many times has he failed to win the World Cup? At some point, he said, I'm retiring. But now, continue not to give up. And I hear he has already said he has not yet decided whether he will ever play the next World Cup. But looking at him, he's starting to be slow. But the good thing about Messi, he keeps on analyzing his game. He keeps on changing his game. This guy is football. I don't know. Now, let's do comparison, because people are saying, hey, Maradona. I think I got this from, it could be ESPN, because I need to give them credit, whoever I got the picture. Let's compare Lionel Messi and Maradona. I know the son of Maradona said, nah, Messi won't be at Maradona. And I like what Messi does. He said, no, I cannot beat Maradona. He always humbled himself. But look at the numbers, man. I always tell you about the numbers. Look at the numbers. Both of them have one World Cup now. Messi has Golden Ball Award, 2, Maradona 1. Messi has played 26 games, of course, more than Maradona 21. Messi has scored 13 goals, Maradona 8. Assist 8, Maradona 8. Chances created 75, that's Messi, Maradona 66. One-on-one dribbles 125 and 105, Maradona. Now, you're comparing pound for pound, you see. And I hear people saying, I hear Thabiki said he won't beat Pele. There are many records that he have broken of Pele, which Pele won't break them. Of course, the one record that I know he will never touch is the 3 World Cup. The only person who stands a better chance to do that is Mbappe. That's my opinion. All right. He has a better chance. Doesn't mean there are no other players who can win 3 World Cup. They can. They can, because even the Argentinian players, they're still young. Some of them, they can still win and get that 3 World Cup. But I'm comparing numbers to numbers. I don't know whether you guys want to say something as far as that is concerned.
Tshepang, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. So when it comes to the numbers, uh, yeah, I think that's the only record, with Pele, that he will never manage to break, due to age is not on his side anymore, which is understandable. But now there are records within the World Cup that he has broken, that no one else, well, currently, I could say that will manage to break. Messi's records in the World Cup actually phenomenal. I will talk about the man of the matches that he he has gotten 5 men of the matches, in this
Out
World
of
Cup.
out of 7 games. Huh?
7
Remember,
games,
you must consider that. World Cup is
yes,
7 games. This guy got
exactly.
5. Got 5. It has never happened
Yeah,
in
it's
the
5
history of
actually. Yeah.
football.
That has never
Yeah.
happened in history. So for him to win again 2 play of the tournaments, in a World Cup, getting the Golden Boot, and it was close for him to win again the top goal scorer award, which was just
Yeah.
by 1 goal, you could say. So these things that we should also consider. I mean, there's a statistics that I saw. I just forgot to share it, that Messi's key involvement in this World Cup, he's actually number 1 in this whole World Cup. You know, he's number 1 in terms of that. Most creative plays, Messi is number 1. So there's things that people can't do or wouldn't do, when it comes to this competition. But for him, as a 35-year-old, to be number 1 when it comes to those statistics, that actually tells you a lot, says a lot about the player. He doesn't just score goals, but he creates chances as well. So I mean, that's an all-round player for you.
Damien Duff, the former Chelsea player, he said Mbappe is not even fit to lace the boots of prime Messi. The best version of Messi was when he was 23, 24, 25. Mbappe does not lace his boots. He
By
still
the
doesn't
way,
touch the best version of Messi. Messi is the
yeah,
best.
2
Pardon? Yeah, just hold on. I wanted to finish so that you can come in. You're saying?
Okay.
Yeah, you're
No,
saying.
I was saying 2 Ballon d'Ors by the way, when he was 23. 2.
Let me tell you something. The 8th Ballon d'Or is loading.
True.
The 8th Ballon d'Or is loading, and I can tell he's still gonna get a lot of backlash, And let me be honest with you, because I'm already on the Messi special now. Let me be honest with you. This guy, at his age, and let us be fair, guys. If you look at the entire tournament, yes, Mbappe was there, he saved them, but not all the games. Not all the games, okay? Even the final, as you said, 60, 70 minutes, we couldn't see him, all right? And then, yes, he scored the goals, played very well. Mbappe's got future, but Messi something else. Any other comment that you'd like to make?
From my side, ne?
Yeah, you can come, Thabiki.
Okay, from my side, I want to say Messi has done it all, has won everything in football. He's the greatest. Even Pele himself, if he could comment, he would say that, no, I've never won a World Cup medal. I've never won the greatest club tournament in Champions League. Messi has 4. Messi has 7 Ballon d'Ors. The 8th one is loading. Messi has won 11 league titles. Has won Cup of which Pele has never won. Maradona has never won. Now he's winning the World Cup. Now you want to compare Messi with them. Messi was won everything. Now he's still playing. He can still win the World Cup, maybe by the looks of things, because he said he's not retiring. He could still defend Copa America with the very same team. So for me, Messi, he's the best. You can't compare him with anybody. You can't say he's not better than Pele because Pele won 3 World Cups. No, but the mere fact is that Messi also won the World Cup too, and we might see him maybe probably in the next World Cup in the United States also. So for me, he's the greatest.
I'll tell you one thing. Even if he doesn't play in the next World Cup, we know him.
He's the greatest.
Age catch-ups with everybody.
Too much,
I was
yeah.
sad.
And injuries too.
Yeah, I was sad when Jomo Sono leaves, stop playing football. Jomo has always been my best player of all time. But that time had to come. A lot of people were disappointed when Dr. Kumalo retires because they were enjoying him. But that time comes. So, guys, we need to brace ourselves that Messi is going to go old, all right? And then, we are going to see the Mbappes and all that. So, but I'm happy. Yes,
But when you talk about retirement, also there was breaking news also about Karim Benzema also retiring.
Yeah, it says
We're actually
on the
wanting to see
international.
him, in this World
Yeah,
Cup too.
he has
Yeah.
done well.
So but then
Yeah.
if you could see, if you could see the work he's putting in Real Madrid, just imagine if he was here in the World Cup. Teams were gonna have really really problems. Especially with him, maybe and Giroud in the front. Dembele, Griezmann also. Yeah, we were gonna see a very good match. But then either way, that's how life rolls. Sometimes,
Let me
the
tell you
human
something.
needs sometimes.
Let me tell you something, guys.
Yeah.
Van Dijk, I saw something that he wished that Messi wins the World Cup. Not only that, I may be wrong here, subject to correction. Even Lewandowski said Messi, if he wins it,
Yeah.
he would deserve it. Neymar, I've mentioned it. Most of the players,
He's putting
they've
the
been
work.
wishing
Yeah.
him to win the World Cup. So I don't know, do you want to
Mm.
say something, Tshepang?
Yes, on that matter, we're now discussing the 8th Ballon d'Or. Messi's numbers in the World Cup is number one. When it comes to statistics, overall statistics of the World Cup, he's number one. Besides winning the top goal scorer award, I could say. But he's still number one above everyone. His numbers at PSG right now, they're actually incredible as well. In terms of his goals, he's a top assist as well. He's the most player that has got the most creative chances and key chances in a game. Messi's number one. Goal involvement.
So sorry,
Messi.
last one, quickly. Do you want me to tell you something about PSG?
Yes, you can tell me now.
On the goals that were scored by Mbappe, Messi has contributed 8. He has done 8 assists to Mbappe. And check how many assists Mbappe did to him.
What a team player.
Did you understand? He has done 8. Mbappe is leading him at PSG. But on the goal that Mbappe scored, Messi has assisted him 8 times. And check how many times Mbappe assisted him. This is how you should ask. Okay, I just wanted to bring in that one in.
Yeah, so just wrap it up. So these are the numbers that we are seeing, and I mean, if that doesn't tell you that so far he's the leading man, I could say maybe Mbappe number two, or maybe both of them side by side. They might be fighting for this Ballon d'Or, I could say. But for now, this is the leading man who could say, okay, maybe we can bring in Haaland as well. But I'm just saying, but maybe for now, this is the leading man currently. He's the one that's leading for that Ballon d'Or, and for him to get a record-breaking 8th Ballon d'Or, maybe the media might try and sabotage this whole thing because already the conversation is starting and it's already looming around that the 8th Ballon d'Or is loading, which is only fair because of, let's look at the numbers, let's look at the player in general. So he's the one that's currently, he actually deserves this 8th Ballon d'Or. There isn't any other player that we can look at the moment saying that he's number one, he should lead, in winning this trophy. So we should really be fair and we should consider all aspects of this whole thing. So I personally feel like the 8th Ballon d'Or is coming and Messi might win this one as well.
Remember, when you're a man of the match, you have beaten about 21 guys.
Yeah, true.
All right. So he took 5 in a tournament of 7 games. Akane Simbini, you know him. Yeah? He's a friend of my son. He was here yesterday to come and fetch my son. And then I said, hey, champ, by the way, we are in the same camp with Messi. You guys are brand ambassadors for Adidas. And before I go on, Adidas staged a masterpiece advert. They put everything on the block by predicting flight in the advert that Messi won the World Cup. I wonder now, it has happened. What has happened? I haven't checked how Adidas now have positioned themselves. That was a very bold step that Adidas took. And I say big up to Adidas, all right? And then I'll tell the champ and say big up to Adidas. They predicted very well, you see. So You guys, you know Ray Hudson. I don't know whether you have listened to this guy commentating about Messi. Go crazy. He's like he's possessed. This is what he said. He says all the cynics, haters, critics out there keep throwing your bricks and stones at him, Leo Messi. Takes them and builds yet another monumental to his genius with them. The inarguably undisputed, the greatest of all time, magisterial Lionel Messi, the GOAT. This guy, when he described Messi, you'll enjoy it, man. I don't know whether you've heard his comment. And then now we can't hear him because I think he's in America. We don't get him now commenting now. I don't know whether he's in retirement, but you hear him comment about Lionel Messi, you'll enjoy it, man. If you are a Messi fan, but Tshepang, number 2 for me is still Ronaldo. We can't take away from what Ronaldo did. Ronaldo is a great player. He's a great player, a great human being, somebody who's well determined. Mbappe, your name, they will never beat Ronaldo, honestly. Ronaldo is aging. I still argue with a lot of people and say Ronaldo is the best player in the world, but Messi is in another class. Messi doesn't compete with Ronaldo. Messi doesn't compete with anybody. But if you ask me who's the number 1 player, it's Ronaldo, still Ronaldo. Well, I didn't like
and the boys, Mr. Shabalala, have a long way to go, eh? You're killing Mbappe's, you're Erling Haaland's.
Yeah.
If they want to top up those goals that Messi and Ronaldo scored, they need to score an average of 65 goals per season. You know.
Yeah, we'll watch the space. We'll watch the space. But for now, I'll never take anything away from Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo is the best player in the world. All right. Well, of course, I've already qualified. He doesn't compete with Messi. Doesn't compete. Messi doesn't compete with anybody. Gerald Piqué put it nicely. Messi's at another level. He's at. I mean, even your Doubting Thomas, your Gary Neville, and all that, they are converted. I don't know whether they are converted or what. I saw Sky Sport. They were showering him with praise, deservedly so. Well, this is the mockery that I saw about Ronaldo, which I didn't like. Where did I get this? Was it ESPN? No, it's the Sun News, I think, in England, showing Ronaldo giving Messi the crown. It's a symbolic, but I think it was the win of the World Cup was resting the case. That was the GOAT. Guys, that's the last parting shot that I wanted to share with you. As far as me, if I talk about Messi, I'll talk the whole day. I've got so many stories about it. And then, but the show must come to an end.
Yeah.
You're saying, Thabiki?
I was saying that, you know, with us talking about the 8th Ballon d'Or loading, you know, especially with the, you know, now right now they're going back to their respective teams. And I think that teams are going to have a problem containing Messi and Mbappe, and you know, all that attacking, and then who's the other one, Neymar. They're going to have a problem containing those 3 now. They're going to be chasing the Champions League. You see, and I predict that if PSG won the Champions League, the Ballon d'Or will obviously go to Messi.
I have a different view. I have a different view.
Yeah.
If PSG continue the way they play, they are not going to win the Champions League.
Yeah, they're not going to win anything.
Actually. Yeah. If they continue to compete with Messi and all that, wanting Messi to run and all that, they are not going to win the Champions League. Now, this is a big call to the coach of PSG, the leader of PSG, and there is whole issue. PSG are preparing a contract for Messi, and then Barcelona, they've said they've agreed, they've signed it, but Messi said doesn't want to talk about the contract now. And then Miami, they want Messi to go to America, and I'm sure you know my views as far as this is concerned. Leadership must prevail. I don't know whether PSG will be able. I know PSG, they are going to shower him with money. And now, if they shower with money, is it not going to anger Mbappe? That's another issue. There is an ego issue there, all right? So
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
if you ask me, I don't think PSG will win the Champions League. If Messi wants to win another Champions League, he must go back to Barcelona. And when he goes to Barcelona, all these little things that they were doing around him, it must just stop there and there. Xavi should start learning and say, you know what? Give this man, make him the leader. This thing of competing with him, it's not gonna help you. All right? Because even at Barcelona, they were like now towards the end, they were like now questioning him, you know, and then he was not happy anymore. But he said he's happy at France, at the French capital. So we don't know how it's gonna pan out. So that's me. That's my analysis. I hope after this they're going to sit down and iron out issues. The first thing that PSG should do, they must bring harmony between Neymar and Mbappe. That's the first assignment that they should deal with. And make sure and sit down and talk sense to them. Say, guys, you are teammates. Your objective is to win the Champions League. So play like teammates. That should be the first thing. Thabiki, thank you very much for doing the show. I really appreciate it. It was nice having you for the entire show. This was a very long show. And then, but thanks to your job that you're doing on the Facebook. And then, but I'll talk to you after this. And then thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Just greet or bid the viewers farewell.
Okay. It was a great show from my side, and then yeah, thank you for the viewers who will be viewing the show or who are viewing the show currently. Yeah, I'll actually try to be here, and then maybe the next time my face will also be on the show for the whole show, not for a small part of the show actually. So yeah, thank you very much.
I'll talk to you after the show. All right. Even if it's not now, but later, I'll definitely talk to you today. I'm quite busy today, but I'll try my best.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be going to Khatlamping later today. Khatlamping, a friend of mine, the late friend of mine, very close friend of mine, he passed on. Bosco Ransedi, he's late, and then they're burying his mom. So I'm gonna go pay respect. If you want to meet me, you can meet me there at Khatlamping. I'll let you know.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services. Prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above, and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time. Give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, whom we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people, they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.